I'm going to show you some techniques today. I'm going to throw some more information at you today. Some of it you're going to go, that's crazy. Okay? That's head trash talking. Okay? And just know that that's getting in the way. So the first thing to do is to set your sights high. Your training system should be there to deliver, flawless, safe performance. Go back to your companies. Talk to the people that are in charge of your training departments and tell them you want that. In 2 years, I want everybody in the company to learn twice as much in half a time and never make a mistake on the job, and see what they say. They'll say, can't be done. But you'll have a great place to start a conversation about this. So one, you've got to set your expectations higher about what your training and development budget's going to do for you. Why do I say that mentoring should be the basis for 80% of your training efforts? It's really simple. The University of Washington did a study about 5 or 6 years ago. They have a Center for Workforce Development. And what they found was that 78% of what somebody needed to know to do their job successfully, they learned from the person next to them. They didn't get it from a book. They didn't get it from a procedure. They didn't get it from a class. They didn't get it from an online course. I'm not going to pick on Rick. What is your name? I'm sorry? Glenn. I need to know something. I'm filling out some form. It's like an OSHA, maybe it's an OSHA incident form. I'm stuck on this section. I go to Glenn and say, Glenn, how do you fill this out? Okay? It's in a procedure somewhere. It's probably on the OSHA website, right? It's probably somewhere. But I go to Glenn and ask. Why do I go to Glenn? There's a lot of reasons I go to Glenn and ask. Why do I talk to Glenn? Why is it easier? I'm sorry? It's immediate, exactly. Glenn is in the next cube. I just yell over the wall and say, Glenn, I'm filling out this section. What does this mean? And he tells me. It's just like that. Why else do I go to Glenn? Meaning what? Exactly. I mean, I'm working on something. I get stuck. I want an answer right away. So I go to the nearest person who happens to be Glenn. Why else do I ask Glenn? Glenn has a history of knowing the answer. Glenn's a really bright guy. He's got a lot of experience in this field. He's given me good answers before. So I'm sitting next to an expert. So I can go to Glenn all the time and get exactly what I need when I need it. Why else do I go to Glenn? Somebody said Glenn's a nice guy. Learning from Glenn is a lot of fun. We talk about the football game. We talk about what's going on in the, fishing, hunting, whatever it is. It's an enjoyable experience to learn from Glenn. Any other reasons? I mean, Glenn is like Google, right? I walk up to Glenn, I throw out some keywords, OSHA, fatality, and he starts giving me answers. This is awesome. I love this, okay? That's how people like to learn. People create networks of other people that they can learn from. Let me ask you this, and let's be honest here. Aren't there people who you never ask for help? Why? They talk too much. Sorry? They're negative, right? They always give you, they say, it's in the procedure. Jeff, it's in the, did you read the book? They don't teach me the way that I like to learn. So people create networks of people who teach them what they need to know, when they need to know it, in a way that they like. So this is how your people in your organization learn. 80% of the learning in organizations is informal. There have been dozens of studies done on this. People go and find other people to answer their questions, okay? Here's what commonly happens. Somebody goes to the training department and says, I need some more information on whatever it is, Excel, Outlook, federal regulations, whatever it is. And they go, that's great. We'll schedule a class. 4, 5, 6 months later, I get a class. What do I do in the meantime? I go up to Glenn, and I ask. I get my answers because I know who to ask in the company. So this is how people want to learn. They want to be mentored. They're used to it. They're comfortable with it. So is it any wonder that if your people want to learn like this, that they look like this after 8 hours? I would say that might even be 4 hours. But we take people who want to have this one-on-one relationship-based learning and we stick them in a class. And when we just actually fill their head with all kinds of information from people that they don't know. I have a better idea. My idea is to take this learning model and just turn the arrows around. I mean, if people want to be mentored and they find people who they trust, then why don't I just make mentoring, the one-on-one relationship-based learning, the way that I teach people? I say, gee, Glenn, Glenn's a resource for me. He can be a resource for Rick. He can be a resource for Jeff. Okay? Now, of course, if I only have Glenn, Glenn sounds always answering questions. But I find other people in the organization who are experts and who can do the same thing. And I give them skills on how to teach really, really effectively. Glenn could be a really, really great instructor, okay? Somebody else could be not so good. But this is the idea is, again, let's flip the arrows around. Thank you very much. Have a great lunch and a great rest of the conference.